Do you have a hot new business or an established business that offers great and unique services or products that you want to get the word out? Are you looking to grow your business and you want everyone to hear the buzz about it? Do you have an amazing project or an idea that impacts our community that you want to share and get others involved in? Then you've come to the right place. You're listening to Community Connections with Norma G. I'm your host, occupational therapist Norma Guerrero, and I want to share our passions while connecting with our community. So now let's get ready to hear about what's hot, what's new, and what's happening on Community Connections with Norma G. Give us a call at 888-565-1470 and join our conversation. Welcome back to Community Connections with Norma G. I'm your host, Norma Guerrero, and today is Monday, December 4th, and I'm so happy to be here with you all today. And it's the beginning of the holiday season, and we have some great guests set up for you today to be talking about de-stressing your life. We have Jane Robinson with Creative Living Solutions, and she's going to be talking about holiday magic and de-stressing your life and taking the stress away and, you know, partaking in some activities of what we call self-care to focus a little bit on ourselves so that we have the energy to give to other people during the season. And we're also going to have on Dr. Zorik Spector, who is an ENT, ear, nose, and throat. I'm going to leave the specialized word to him to say because I don't want to chop it up. But he's a specialist surgeon. I'll give it a try. Otolaryngologist, I believe, is how you say it. And he is a surgeon, and he has a practice with five other surgeons. And, you know, during the holidays and as the winters changes and the temperatures changes, many times we get problems with the flu and the cold in our sinuses and in our ears. And so we're going to be talking to him about some specialty cases that he works on specifically with pediatrics, as he specializes in pediatrics in that area. And so first and foremost, I want to thank the sponsors of our show, Whitehall, BOCA, RATON, as well as ELG Law Group that you heard the commercial at the top of the hour, and they are a new sponsor of the show, David Eltringham Law, a personal injury attorney, and they are located here in East Boca. And so we're going to be having him on the show on December 18th, so looking forward to doing actually quite a bit of a series with him and how he specializes in helping people after injury. But I want to go ahead and we'll get into the rest of the sponsors that we have for the show because we have quite a few that have been coming. And so really excited about the depth and the growth of the show. And so our next new partners with the show is our first guest. And I want to go ahead and introduce Jane L. Robinson. How are you, Jane?
I'm good. Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you? And you are the founder of Creative Living Solutions.
Yes, I am.
And how long have you been doing that?
We've been doing it on and off for a couple of years, and I just thought I'd like to share what my thoughts are with essential oils, healthy eating, and an organized lifestyle.
And that's so fantastic. And I actually think it's so interesting how you and I met, because I was actually taking a few minutes to myself that morning that we met. Doing a little self-care for myself. I went to go visit a friend of mine who's also an esthetician, Gina Bianca, and I was coming out of my facial, and when I set the appointment, she told me she spent the night before, the 2 nights before, with this really cool lady teaching her about essential oils. And who knew that I was going to actually physically meet you? As I was walking out of the appointment, you were walking in, and we exchanged kind of just cordials. And you're like, I want to do it. I want to get on the show. I want to talk, and I want to share my knowledge on your show. And so thank you so much. And you are, how do I say here, you're a certified health coach, and you trained at the Institute of Integrative Nutrition. And you're the founder, you say now, for a few years. And you are a personalized holistic firm in Delray Beach that guides and inspires others to create an authentic life of vitality and joy. And so what do you have? You have a whole table here full of things. What do you have for us today?
Well, I'm trying to take the stress away from the holidays, from the financials of the gift giving, and how we're going to make it happen with all the guests coming, and where do we start? So I thought to myself today that we would have holiday magic self-care in 20 minutes. Make it possible that you can look after yourself and nourish and glow at the end.
That's pretty cool. And so when you say self-care, I mean, as an occupational therapist, I look at self-care as, can you get dressed? Can you get yourself, moving? Because I work with elderly and people that are, so when I think of self-care, but when I think of self-care for myself, not just our daily grooming, but actually going to get a massage or maybe going to get your hair cut, taking a walk, exercising. Is that how you describe self-care in your...
Yes, I do. And what I'm trying to educate people or tell people about, that we can actually do this at home, where you don't have to rush about in the car, make a time frame, fit it into your schedule, but make it at home. Like, people are worried about going to the holiday parties. Of course, are we going to eat all the indulgence and things that we wouldn't normally? So we're going to put on weight. So how do we have the weight management for December? So I thought today would be a good way to show you how easy it is with the weight management.
Okay.
Like, remember.
So tell me what you got. Show me what you have here.
So when you go to the party or prior to the party, obviously you have to hydrate. So if it was me, I would put in a couple of drops of grapefruit essential oil. This is perfect because it's an enzyme that breaks down the enzymes that causes the body fat. So while you're sipping around the glasses of wine or the cocktails that you wouldn't normally do, that put on the pounds, in between this, take a wine glass, because then you imagination, and you put a couple of drops of your grapefruit essential oil.
In water?
In water, just like that.
I see. And so grapefruit helps break down the enzymes for what again?
For the body fat.
For the body fat.
It activates them, and so they say, and it will help the body fat at the end of the day. So if
does
you
it increase your metabolism? Or does it curb your appetite?
Curves your appetites, breaks down the body fats. So what we can do then, after you do your hydration, if you're very worried that you're going to many cocktail parties, you can make yourself a little capsule with a vegetarian capsule. You open it up. You do a couple of drops of grapefruit.
Okay.
Because that's your enzyme, activates your enzymes for the body fat. A couple in there. Then that lemon is perfect. It combines great with the grapefruit because it controls weight management. So they're a great combination together. So put a couple of drops in there. And then you have peppermint. You have to use the peppermint because that's the energizing one. That gives you energies. It makes you, breathe properly, puts you back into the sync that you're supposed to be in. So the three together, yes, you can. I'm going to put a couple of drops in here. Now, because they're such therapeutic grade A oils, you have to combine it with a carrier oil. My favorite is grapeseed oil. Only because they say it.
You said a carrier oil?
Yeah, grapeseed oil.
Grapeseed oil.
So you pop a little bit in there. Now we're making a mess.
That's
Put
okay.
the lid on. And there you have your weight management. Takes a couple of seconds every day. There we go. Drink it with a glass of water.
Okay, so you have, let's see here. You have lemon, grapefruit, peppermint, and grapeseed?
Grapeseed oil, which is your carrier oil.
Your carrier oil. And so those four combined are to help with weight management for when you see all those cookies and cakes and holiday
everything that you wouldn't normally eat, and you want to try them all, so don't forget.
Now, how often do I take, what's the dosage?
I would take one a day because your body has to acclimatize to the oils. They are very strong. They're therapeutic grade oils, and you need to get into your body. So I would do it every morning when you wake up with a glass of water.
Just one a day?
One a day. And then when you go to the parties, I would take the little bottle of grapefruit oil and pop it in your water, every other drink that you want to have.
So if somebody's at home, sure they can do this, but how do you acquire the oils? Is it something that you sell them? How does that work?
Yeah, if you pop onto my website, janelrobinson.com, and click on essential oils, you can follow through with the program on there, and it'll tell you about how they're made, how you can buy them, and their uses.
And what type of oils are you using?
Young Living.
Young Living, okay. And so they're the manufacturer of the oils. Can you tell me a little bit about them?
Yeah, you very need to be careful, especially when you're ingesting them, that, they're a therapeutic A-grade oil, that they have been approved by the FDA that you can actually ingest them. If not, then I would probably not ingest them. But I'm very comfortable with Young Living that you can follow through with that.
And are you using like a drop? Usually a drop or two of each one? I
would say a couple of drops, and when your body system is really loving it and can't live without it, I would do 3 drops of each oil.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And so, I've never, I just recently learned that you can ingest essential oils. I guess it's not something that you put on your tongue, but you're ingesting them in a capsule form.
You are, and they're going straight down into your body system.
Yes.
And they take about 26 seconds to go into the bloodstream and about 3 minutes to go through the body itself.
Yeah.
So I think it's cool, but just be very aware of what oils you're buying. Do a lot of research before you ingest them.
And I think that that's kind of where you kind of come into play, where you've kind of done the research to some degree to where you can help people. Now, besides weight management, do you have other type of mixtures that you use for other ailments?
They have a whole list of different blends. They're called oil blends that you can buy for pain, for headaches, to relax, or what else? There's just lots of them.
Sure,
so
sure.
Hop up onto my website and check them on out.
And if somebody wants to call you, how do we find you, Jane?
Call me at 561-305-2317
And
or
right
send me
into
a
the
text.
camera. You can right into this camera. You can say the number again.
561-305-2317 or send me a text.
Okay, fantastic. So, but what the focus is on holiday magic. And so that's why we want to talk a little bit about weight management, because it is, even though it's always a big subject all year round, weight management, but especially during the holidays. And I just experienced a funeral this past weekend, and it was a beautiful, beautiful tribute and ceremony. But we were in the home, in our family's home for multiple days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And let me tell you, there was food everywhere, and the same thing at Thanksgiving. And so there's no doubt that when you have these large gatherings, that it's everywhere. And then it's going to be at work, and it's going to be at parties, and then your own home. And so it can get excessive, the number of pounds between November and December.
Absolutely, but we've got to make it simple, like you not stressed about the whole thing. How can I manage to make the capsule? The capsule is easy. It takes a couple of seconds. The glass of water, popping in the grapefruit essential oil, it takes a couple of seconds.
Sure.
You can carry them in the small bottles so that you can go out with your little bag and carry this weight management with you.
Sure, sure.
So you do have the self-care in 20 minutes.
That's great. That's great. We're going to take a quick little commercial. And what are we going to do when we come back?
I'm going to show you how to nourish and glow with the organic cane sugar and peppermint oil.
Okay, excellent. Great. So we got Jane L. Robinson, and just so that you clarified, it's Jane, Jay with a Y, N-E, and then L, the letter, your middle initial, Robinson, R-O-B-I-N-S-O-N. So JAYNELROBINSON, because your name.com, your name can be spelled many different ways.
Absolutely.
And even Robinson can be spelled many different ways. So I just want to be very clear. That's Jane L. Robinson, with a certified health coach with Creative Living Solutions. And we'll be right back to see what else she has for us for holiday magic. We'll be right back.
Are you looking to simplify, focus, and
at Cooper City High School from 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. to bring more knowledge to the parents of these Hispanic students, perhaps immigrants, as well as the Nova Southeastern University will be there, FIU, the U.S. Army, Waste Management. They're going to have all kinds of sponsor booths for the kids to realize that even at Waste Management, just getting a job there isn't just mean you're going to throw away trash, that there's a lot of engineering involved with orchestrating management a city and all of its waste. So give Brinker Education Initiative a call at 773-717-6828 if you'd like to donate and help give the gift of a college education, and or you can go to their website to learn a little bit more about them at brinkereducationinitiative.org. And we'll be having Matthew Chen on the show next week to be highlighting that event again. So looking forward to that. There it is right there up on the screen. And so I'm going to go ahead and give the floor back to Jane L. Robinson, and she's going to be giving us a few more tips about some holiday magic and about how we can, what else can we do to make our lives a little more de-stressed, Jane?
Well, while we're rushing around and doing our shopping, we're not looking after our skin. Even if we're hydrating it properly, it becomes dry. So why don't we make ourselves a quick sugar scrub with peppermint oil, which is so simple. We just get a little pot, pour in some organic sugar cane.
Okay.
Very fine, so it doesn't really scrub your skin too much. Pour it into a little pot. This is an 8-ounce pot, so I pour it 3/4 the way full. Add in some organic liquid coconut oil. It has to be the liquid coconut oil so that
So not the thick.
Right.
The thick stuff.
Won't have the same effect. So pour it into the top of your little bottle or pot. Give it a stir so you have the mixture together.
Are you lefty?
I'm a lefty.
Me too.
So then we're picking peppermint oil today because we need to energize. We need to keep ourselves going and be vibrant for every day of December. So put about 10, 12 drops of this essential oil, and then give it another stir. Then you have your perfect body
So peppermint?
scrub. Peppermint essential oil.
And that's what we used in that weight loss management.
Yes, because it's the energy booster. That's what it is.
You know, I've seen these scrubs before. Sometimes in the in stores they sell them at the counters, or in restaurants. Sometimes they have them, but I've also seen them like to use in the shower on our body. So what are we using this for?
You can either get a white face cloth and you can put it all over your body. I wouldn't use it on my face, but it's very good for the hands and the feet. Rub it into your arms and it will take the dead layer of skin or any dry skin off, and then you'll have the next fresh skin underneath.
And that's why the grit that's in the sugar cane, the cane sugar
Has to be fine.
has to be fine. That helps kind of get rid of that epithelial skin,
Right.
the top layer. Can I try it?
Absolutely.
All right, I'm going to take this off a little bit. I didn't bring any napkins
I mean,
in, but
especially if your feet hurt or your fingers are really dry from shopping and cooking or cleaning the house ready for your guests, that's perfect for you to scrub into your hands and then just wash it off with warm water. So they're moisturized, they're going to nourish, and they're glowing from the oil.
it just soothes your skin. Oh, and it smells great, too.
Doesn't it?
Oh, I love it. All right, so now we got some weight loss. Now we get some soft hands. And so what else? What's your next demonstration?
Well, when life it gets really hectic on like the 3rd week of December, when you really know that your guests are coming or your kids are getting off school and what am I going to do with them or anything, we have Stress Away. I love this little essential oil. It's vanilla and lime and a lot of other with a lavender mixture blowing together. And it just calms you. It relaxes your brain if you have a chattery brain, and it just puts you into a better thought process so that you can follow through without being totally stressed out. Now, a very good friend of mine, she makes these lovely little bracelets with a lava stone on it. So for us today, she picked this bracelet. And I'm not sure really how to say the word, but it's called azurite chrysolia, which is an antidote towards stress. So what you would do,
so it's a gem, like a gemstone?
Yeah, so what you would do is put the oil onto the lava stone and make sure it sits here so it's penetrating all the time into your blood system. And then just replace it again, a couple of drops, maybe every couple of hours.
Onto the bracelet.
Onto the bracelet.
Into the stone.
Into
so the stone absorbs it?
It does. It's a lava stone. And then you can constantly, for the whole day, you can be mentally focused.
Does it work for you?
Yes, it does, because I'm a very hyper person, which you know.
Yes, but that's kind of, it's part of what I like about you too, because you embrace life. You're energetic. You're a learner. You're a giver. You're a doer. You're a lot of things. And so I know what it's like when your brain is going 100 miles an hour. And so there's certain things that we need to do to build habits to keep ourselves to reduce the stress, because so many people use drugs.
Yes, they do.
Or they use alcohol. Or other ways to to de-stress themselves, which is fine, in proportion, in moderation. But these things are more natural and more holistic, and so alternative. And so it's always great to learn about those things because they're not common knowledge.
No, they're not common
If you're
knowledge.
watching a football game, you're watching commercials for advertising for alcohol, which is great, but you're not watching commercials, about this, and these are the things that we can do on our daily lives on a regular basis.
And it's fun because you're doing it for yourself.
Can I smell that one, please?
Absolutely. It's my favorite. It's very soothing.
Okay. Well, Jane, that is really nice. Great. Well, I want to thank you so much for being coming and being a partner with the show. I'm looking forward to having you be on the show again come January, and so we can talk about a few other things. Tell me if someone wanted to reach out to you, and utilize your services, because you're kind of just giving us some tips of something that we can do on our own. What can you offer to someone that they may need to utilize more your services?
My services are more detailed into giving you an organized lifestyle that, you don't have time to do yourself, that I can put in place for you in your home, whether it's to declutter, reorganize your closets or your refrigerator, take you shopping, whatever makes your life easier, that you can follow through and lead a less stressful life.
That's great. Well, that's great that you, are good at that, because I know a lot of people could utilize that assistance. And along with, some of these natural things that you can offer to someone, you can, bring a little bit of calm and peace to someone's life. So, Jane, give us one more time your phone number and website, and how do we find you?
Jane Robinson, 561-305-2317 at JaneLRobinson.com.
That's great. Thank you so much. And I know that you're going to be on later a little bit on Alicia Curry's show on Unleash Your Audacious Confidence, I believe, around 6:30. So you can tune into that as well. That is Alicia Curry, personal branding expert. You can find that show. And, with everything going on in my brain for this show, I failed to mention at the top of the show, which happens sometimes, that you are listening to this segment on 95.3 FM, 1470 AM, and we are live streaming on Community Connections with Norma G on Facebook. So you can listen to us there, and you can also find us on iHeartRadio app at 1470 AM. And if you have any questions for me and any of the guests we have on the show, or find out how you'd like to be a guest on the show, you can find me at ccnormag.com at the website, as well as you can email me at ccnormag@gmail.com and at 954-802-2015. So we're going to take a break. Thank you so much, Jane. We're going to have Dr. Zorik Spector, the NT pediatric specialist who's affiliated with West Boca Medical Center. And on behalf of WHITEHALL Boca Raton, we're going to be talking about his specialty and how he helps children with those conditions. So we'll be right back in a moment.
Are you looking to simplify, focus, and live a healthier, balanced lifestyle? Hi, I'm Jane Robinson, certified health coach and founder of Jane Robinson Creative Living Solutions. I can help you create a personalized, holistic plan through natural living, creative space solutions, and through a system of Nourish and Glow essential oils. I can guide and inspire you to create an authentic life full of vitality and joy. Contact me, Jane Robinson, Creative Living Solutions, at 561-305-2317. That's 561-305-2317. Or visit me at janelrobinson.com.
Hi, I'm Mary Ellen Brinker, founder of the Brinker Education Initiative. We provide Hispanic students in South Florida who excel in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, financial support to achieve their educational goals. They are the youngest and fastest growing demographic in public schools, and 18 out of the 25 top best jobs in America are STEM-based. Give the gift of a college education at brinkereducationinitiative.org or contact us at 773-717-6828. That's 773-717-6828. When they succeed, we succeed. Our nation succeeds.
Multiple horrifying childhood dental experiences has inspired Dr. Vivian White, CEO of Sonrisas Dental Clinic, to become one of the most compassionate dentists in South Florida. So if you're anxious or fearful about going to the dentist, Dr. White is the dentist for you. With the latest in technology, Sonrisas specializes in dental, cosmetic, and orthodontic services, including Invisalign, teeth whitening, crowns, veneers, implants, root canals, cleanings, dentures, and fast braces. Call 305-944-0000 or visit sonrisasclinic.com.
You want to save time and not be in front of the computer, the dark room of the new photo generation. Let Mobile Portrait Pros come to you, offering business portraits, executive portraits, mobile headshots, actor headshots, and campaign headshots for political teams. Innovation at Mobile Portrait Pros serves Palm Beach County and beyond. Just call 866-443-0873. That's 866-443-0873. Headshots door to door.
Insurance companies, they're very skilled. They have guys just like me on their side who are doing what they do, and they're looking very, very critically at the case. So the best thing that I can tell clients is, really don't focus on the financial component of it, because really that's our job. That's what we do. They're very skilled. They have guys just like me on their side who are doing what they do, and they're looking very, very critically at the case. So the best thing that I can tell clients is
long-term care placement for yourself or a loved one after illness or injury? Whitehall Boca Raton Skilled Nursing and Rehab Facility has served South Florida for over 35 years. With care and oversight from our experienced physicians, Whitehall Boca Raton offers specialized comprehensive nursing and rehab programs in neurological, orthopedic, cardiac, pulmonary, and post-operative surgical care and outpatient therapy provided by our highly experienced nurses and therapists. While recovering, you will receive 24-hour licensed nursing care along with dietary and nutrition services. We accept Medicare and other major insurances. Come see the Whitehall Boca Raton difference. Call 561-392-3000 for more information or to schedule a tour with our admissions team, and we will answer any one of your questions. You can also visit our website at whitehallboca.com. For more information, call 561-392-3000. That's 561-392-3000. Whitehall Boca Raton is committed to provide you with the best medical care.
Thank you for listening to Community Connections with Norma G. We're the place where we talk about your business, a product, an idea, or a project to get the word out to our community. I'm your host, occupational therapist Norma Guerrero. Today we are sharing our passions while connecting with our community. Give us a call at 888-565-1470 and join our conversation. Don't forget to tune in every Monday night at 5 to 6 p.m. to join me, Norma G., and our guests to find out about what's hot, what's new, and what's happening in our community. Can't wait to see you there. Now let's rejoin the show. Welcome back to Community Connections. I am your host, Norma Guerrero, and you are listening to us live on Community Connections with Norma G on Facebook, and you're also listening to us on 95.3 FM and 1470 AM. You can also catch us on your iHeart app if you don't have either one of those at 1470 WNN on your iHeart app. And if you don't have the time to finish watching the show or listening to the show, you can catch it on replay and look at any of the archives over at my website at ccnormag.com. Just click on the YouTube, or you can go to my Facebook page, like I said, Community Connections with Norma G. And so super excited about my next guest coming up. He is a pediatric ENT otolaryngologist surgeon, Dr. Zork Spector. And I'm just going to go straight to him right now because I want you to clarify that word for me, doctor.
You did a great job pronouncing it.
Is that how you say
Most
it?
people cannot say it, yes.
I've been
absolutely.
practicing for like 3 days. But the only problem is I haven't been around anyone that knows how to say it right.
There you
So
go.
how do you say, let me hear you say it.
Otolaryngology.
Oh.
Otolaryngologist.
Otolaryngologist. Okay,
Right.
It's not so hard once you hear it.
It
when
comes
you can,
from Latin words of oto, meaning ears, larynx, meaning voice.
Yes.
And the two are connected. So
Excellent, excellent. And so you are a medical doctor, and you are affiliated with, hospitals here locally in South Florida. But you've been invited here to be a guest on the show on behalf of Whitehall Boca Raton, which is a skilled nursing and rehab facility located here in West Boca. And they work together with West Boca Medical Center with taking care of patients that perhaps have about a pneumonia, a stroke, a cardiac event, maybe a hip or knee surgery, and a whole plethora of things. And so I work with Kathy Swindle, the marketing business development specialist over there, and she brings doctors to me on behalf of West Boca Medical Center so that we can highlight your specialty. So it's been a really great relationship. And as a therapist, as an occupational therapist that has been treating adults, and as I mentioned to you on the phone that I don't have children, it's not really my specialty neither, the ear, nose, and throat, and I don't suffer with any type of conditions. So could you just give me a little generalized background of the anatomy of the ear, nose, and throat? And when does the pediatrician say to themselves, you need to see a specialist?
Sure. Well, actually, as otolaryngologists, we actually deal probably with the most complex anatomy of the body because we take care of the part of the head that includes the ears, includes the nose, the airway, the throat, and, of course, the neck. So all of that anatomy is rather complex. That's why it takes a really long time actually to train in the field. It takes 5 years after the completion of the medical education to become a general otolaryngologist. And once we decide to specialize, when we decide to specialize in pediatric otolaryngology, actually we have to do an additional year or two of training to really focus on the children. And children are not little adults. Their anatomy is different, their developmental structures are different, they are different depending on what age child you're talking about. So all of that comes into play, and it's all very important in knowing how to diagnose specific diseases and conditions of ear, nose, and throat, and of course head and neck in children of different ages, and how to manage these conditions and how to properly address them.
Sure. Now, I have here that you studied at University of Connecticut, St. Francis Hospital Medical Center, and Albany Medical College. And when did you graduate?
So I studied out at Cornell University. That's my undergraduate
in New York.
degree in upstate New York. Yes,
Okay.
Where it's very cold right now. Then I went on to Albany Medical College and completed my medical education there. And then from there, I actually did the residency in the University of Connecticut in Hartford and Farmington. And then I did a fellowship in pediatric otolaryngology in Memphis at Lebano Children's Hospital and St. Jude Children's Hospital. So those
Wow.
are connected.
And what made you specialize towards ear, nose, and throat when you were kind of going through that first thing?
Well,
the residency and all that stuff, your
Of
medical
course,
doctor.
yeah. ENT is a fabulous specialty. You really have to have a passion for it. Number one, it's very complex. As I mentioned, the anatomy of ear, nose, and throat and head and neck is probably the most complex anatomy of the body, as essentially all the nerves come through that area, major vessels, major blood vessels, and the conditions are very interesting to that. It is also a specialty that allows us to treat the patients as physicians in the office, because we have numerous medical management for the patients that we can offer and do offer all the time.
So
but at the same time,
you can do surgery in the
we also
office?
do surgery. On adults, we sometimes do surgery. Again, I don't specialize in adults, but my adult colleagues will do certain procedures in the office. But we see and treat patients as medically. In fact, some ENT doctors don't generally do surgery. They may specialize just in the medical management.
So then you have ENT, you break it into the specialty, and then you can branch into adult or pediatrics.
Correct.
So then you went off into pediatrics, correct?
Correct. Yes.
And so what made you go in that direction?
Well, a number of different things. Number one, I like to know a lot about very small field, because the field itself is quite broad.
Okay.
So just learning everything is sometimes overwhelming. And truly be a specialist in a particular area, you really need to focus. Focusing on pediatric disorders is really important to really fully understand
Sure.
that and learning about that. Treating children is really an incredible passion
Right.
of mine.
Right.
It's truly rewarding because you can see a child get better very quickly.
Yeah, because they're in a developmental phase. And on that note,
Correct.
I just got notified here by the sound man that we have a call. Okay, great. Caller, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hi. What's your name?
Christina.
Hi, Christina. I'm Norma, and I have Dr. Spector here. Do you have a question for Dr. Spector?
Yes, if I could, please.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah, doctor, my little one, she actually was, when she was 2 weeks old, she turned blue, and I guess we took her down to the emergency room, and they scoped her down at Joe DiMaggio, and they told me that she has a diagnosis of laryngomalacia. And I'm wondering, there's very little research that I've seen on this condition. And I'm wondering, right now she's showing some speech delays and choking issues. Is there anything that you can tell me about this specific condition?
Of course. That's actually a really interesting question that you bring up, and it's a very interesting condition which is very specific to young children, to infants. So laryngomalacia itself is a condition which children are born with, and it actually worsens in the first 2 to 3 months of life. So it's not always even evident at the time the child is born, or even at the 2 weeks of age, or first month or second months of life. It's more prevalent with symptoms appearing mostly after about 2, 3, 4 months of life. And what actually happens, it's a structural, it's really a variation of the normal structure of the larynx, and the larynx being the vocal cords and surrounding tissues. What happens is sometimes parts of the larynx are somewhat floppy and not and somewhat redundant, or I just want to make the more simple way of explaining it. Some of the parts are just soft, and they fall into the airway every time the child tries to take a breath. Another part of laryngomalacia can be when other parts of the voice box itself are somewhat foreshortened. They're called aryepiglottic folds. They can be somewhat foreshortened, and also creating almost the same situation. And of course, part of that can be a combination of the two. Parts are foreshortened, parts are redundant. And we see this condition is actually seen probably in approximately 20% of newborn children. Depending on which study you read, it can be anywhere from 10 to 30% that's reported.
Is there side effects, like as the kids are older?
Well,
Christina, how old did you say your daughter was?
Well, she was 2 weeks old when it happened, her initial blue spell, but now she's close to 3 years old, and we're dealing with some choking issues and, a pretty significant speech delay. So I'm wondering if it's tied to that diagnosis as well.
Right. So again, that's a very interesting question. So the laryngomalacia is a very interesting condition in the sense that in the first 6 to 9 months of age, the condition actually gets worse. And in the second 6 to 9 months of age, so by approximately 18 months of age, this condition will usually disappear. And the child will simply outgrow it in a vast majority of children. In a small number of children, what happens is they have so many breathing problems, and it's not just respiratory problems, it's actually breathing problems, and the pathognomonic part of this condition is called stridor, which is in an inspiratory stridor, where the child makes a very specific noise on inspiration. But usually, by 18 months of age, this condition will clear by itself. In a small group of children, we actually do surgery to correct it. Those children who have difficulties with breathing, those children who have difficulties with growth and food intake, we can correct it with a fabulous procedure that can be done surgically.
Christina, do you have any other question for Dr. Spector? I mean, it sounds a little complex.
No, that was a great explanation. Yeah, I feel like I have more clarity. I guess, so it seems as though that it goes away as she gets older.
Right.
that it's
Usually
going to get
now
better.
you mentioned that your daughter is 3 years old. So
Correct,
I would
yeah.
expect that in a vast majority of children by this age, that would not be the cause of her problems. It can be. I don't want to dismiss it without evaluating the child.
Yes.
Again, we have seen this condition even in some adults on rare occasions, very rare occasions. But usually, in general, by 1 year to 18 months, the children outgrow the laryngomalacia.
Okay, great.
Thank you,
Thank
Chris.
you so much, doctor, and thank you, Norma.
It's my pleasure. All the best.
It's my pleasure, too. Christina, thank you so much for calling in and asking us such an interesting question. I've never heard of that condition before. So I appreciate that. I'll have to listen to that on replay. And so have a great day, Christina. Thank you so much, and good luck with your daughter.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Bye-bye. So, Dr. Spector, thank you so much for explaining that. I'm going to have to listen to that a little bit over again because it is complex. And so to kind of hear everything a little bit that you're saying, especially if it's new and foreign information, which when parents are dealing with pediatrics, it's all new.
Absolutely.
It's all,
Right.
especially it's their first
child,
or any, not even first child, but first child to be ill. It doesn't matter how many children you have. It could be the first one. So, we are talking to Dr. Zorik Spector. He's a pediatric ENT or otolaryngologist surgeon through West Boca Medical Center, and he is practicing at that is such a hard word. Otolaryngology Consultants, located here in West Boca at 561-736-8141. You can give him a call. We're going to take a commercial, and we're going to come back because we have quite a few more questions for him in his specialty. So we'll be right back with Community Connections.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are you looking to simplify, focus, and live a healthier, balanced lifestyle? Hi, I'm Jane Robinson, certified health coach and founder of Jane Robinson Creative Living Solutions. I can help you create a personalized, holistic plan through natural living, creative space solutions, and through a system of Nourish and Glow essential oils. I can guide and inspire you to create an authentic life full of vitality and joy. Contact me, Jane Robinson, Creative Living Solutions, at 561-305-2317. That's 561-305-2317. Or visit me at janelrobinson.com.
Hi, I'm Mary Ellen Brinker, founder of the Brinker Education Initiative. We provide Hispanic students in South Florida who excel in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, financial support to achieve their educational goals. They are the youngest and fastest growing demographic in public schools, and 18 out of the 25 top best jobs in America are STEM-based. Give the gift of a college education at brinkereducationinitiative.org or contact us at 773-717-6828. That's 773-717-6828. When they succeed, we succeed. Our nation succeeds.
Multiple horrifying childhood dental experiences has inspired Dr. Vivian White, CEO of Sonrisas Dental Clinic, to become one of the most compassionate dentists in South Florida. So if you're anxious or fearful about going to the dentist, Dr. White is the dentist for you. With the latest in technology, Sonrisas specializes in dental, cosmetic, and orthodontic services, including Invisalign, teeth whitening, crowns, veneers, implants, root canals, cleanings, dentures, and fast braces. Call 305-944-0000 or visit sonrisasclinic.com.
Could you be winning by not losing? Do you know that there are safe money strategies that can benefit you when the market goes up, yet protect you when the market goes down? Hi, my name is Sarah Finkelstein with Signature Advisory Group. I'll show you how you can have safety and opportunity on the same dollar at the same time. You know, most people know where to find safety, that's bank CDs, and most people know where to find opportunity, that's the stock market. But did you know that you can have both without putting your money at risk? I urge you to commit to your financial future. Make an appointment with me for a free consultation and get the life that you deserve.
You want to save time and not be in front of the computer, the dark room of the new photo generation. Let Mobile Portrait Pros come to you, offering business portraits, executive portraits, mobile headshots, actor headshots, and campaign headshots for political teams. Innovation at Mobile Portrait Pros serves Palm Beach County and beyond. Just call 866-443-0873. That's 866-443-0873. Headshots door to door.
Insurance companies, they're very skilled. They have guys just like me on their side who are doing what they do, and they're looking very, very critically at the case. So the best thing that I can tell clients is, really don't focus on the financial component of it, because really that's our job. That's what we do.
For licensed nursing care, along with dietary and nutrition services. We accept Medicare and other major insurances. Come see the Whitehall Boca Raton difference. Call 561-392-3000 for more information or to schedule a tour with our admissions team, and we will answer any one of your questions. You can also visit our website at whitehallboca.com. For more information, call 561-392-3000. That's 561-392-3000. Whitehall Boca Raton is committed to provide you with the best medical care.
Thank you for listening to Community Connections with Norma G. We're the place where we talk about your business, a product, an idea, or a project to get the word out to our community. I'm your host, occupational therapist Norma Guerrero. Today we are sharing our passions while connecting with our community. Give us a call at 888-565-1470 and join our conversation. Don't forget to tune in every Monday night at 5 to 6 p.m. to join me, Norma G., and our guests to find out about what's hot, what's new, and what's happening in our community. Can't wait to see you there. Now let's rejoin the show. Welcome back to Community Connections, and I am here with Dr. Zorik Spector, and he is an ENT, a pediatric ENT otolaryngologist specialist, and you're a surgeon, and you have a practice that has, you mentioned to me on the phone, 6 surgeons, and 4 of them specialize in pediatric, 1 of them in sinuses, and the other one in reconstructive plastic surgery, correct?
Correct.
And your office is located where, Dr. Spector?
Our office is actually in Boynton Beach.
Okay.
It's the address is 10150 Hagen Range Road. It's in Boynton Beach.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. And so, you being a surgeon, which is what separates you from just the primary pediatrician, you imagine you get a lot of children that have ear infections and a lot of, do you get the tonsils removed? Do you not get the tonsils removed? Are there, can you talk to me a little bit about that as far as side effects from that, as well as children that are on antibiotics a lot, because I know they go through the pediatricians and they order antibiotics. Maybe it's not working. They get referred to you. Is there, what are the side effects with that?
So there's a number, it's a very broad question that you're asking. So I'm going to try to kind of break it down a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about the ear infections first. American Academy of Pediatrics, which is really a national organization, together with American Academy of Otolaryngology, which is our professional organization as well, have established guidelines at what point the children should be taken to surgery and the tubes should be placed for the treatment of ear infections. And these guidelines, we practice medicine. We practice this particular part, of course, and most of it is using these guidelines. Children who have had at least 5 or 6 episodes of ear infections which required antibiotics in the course of 6 months to a year are definite candidates to have tubes. Children who have had fluid in the middle ear, whether it has been infected or not, for over 3 months with associated decrease in hearing, which usually is the case when there is fluid in the ear, are definite candidates to having tubes placed. The reason we place tube is to break the cycle of these ear infections and to restore the hearing, because a child who has fluid in the ears will have a decreased hearing. That developmentally is a very significant problem. If you take a child who is a year old or 2 years old, they're still in the process of developing speech, making sure that they're hearing well is absolutely paramount. So that is one of the major reasons to do that. Breaking the cycle of ear infections, children who have fluid in the ears will develop ear infections sometimes one after another, because as the infection is treated with the antibiotic, the fluid still stays in the middle ear and acts as a culture medium for the bacteria to grow on again. And just a few days or weeks later, once again, that infection can develop and come back on.
Wow.
So that's the indications for the placement of tubes. Taking tonsils and adenoid out is there are 2 main indications, again, established by the national academies. One, and the most common one,
I'm going to have to cut you off a little bit short, you know, but Dr. Spector is located in Boynton Beach, and he is, his website, he doesn't have a website, they're working on getting a website, but they are located, you said, on Hager Ranch Road and Boynton Beach Boulevard? Correct, and their offices are at 561-736-8141, and we want to thank him for coming here and just starting it, and what we realize is that there is actually a lot of depth of information here, and so if he'll have me, I would love to have him come back on the show and have a little bit more time with him to really break down really the ear, the nose, and throat a little bit slowly and casually. I didn't realize it was going to be this interesting. And so have a wonderful week, everyone, and thank you for coming, Dr. Spector. You've been listening to Community Connections with Norma G. We will be back next Monday from 5 to 6 p.m. with new guests to share about what's hot, what's new, and what's happening in our community. Did you hear something you liked today on our show? Please contact me, Norma G, at 954-802-2015 or email me at ccnormag@gmail.com. I look forward to helping you expand your business, project, or idea and connect with our community.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored